Hi fashion lovers, welcome to my channel. Today it is this alter neck bodycon dress with the back is backless. All right, you can see how the back is. It is backless and there is a slit at the back. It's a long bodycon gown. All right, so this is the fabric I'll be using to cut that. A client, there are two friends that brought this fabric. I've already done the cutting of the other one. This is the second person, what she wants for her birthday that they will be attending. So you can see the fabric is stretchy. All right, you see it is stretchy, and when there is how you place it, it will not be stretchy. Like the width part of it is stretchy, the length part of it is not stretchy. So this is the fabric I'm working with. Whenever you're working with a fabric, you need to know what kind of fabric you're working with. All right, like mine, there's a part that is stretchy. There's how you place it to stretch, there's how you place it to not stretch. So keep that in mind. And this is the calculation I'm working with. The shoulder is 16 divided by 2 as usual. The bust is 38 divided by 4. Waist 30 divided by 4. Hip 44 divided by 4. Half length 17, gown length 58. Now this is the measurement. All right. Whatever it gives you, you can see it. Do not add any sewing allowance. Do not add any dart allowance. Do not add any allowance at all. There is no dart on the dress, no ease on the dress. No, you don't even need a sewing allowance. But for beginners that have not tried it before, you can add a sewing allowance, maybe 1 inches. All right. Then maybe when shaping, you can, keep shaping it by the side to get the fitting you need. But have it at the back of your mind that when you're dealing with stretchy fabric, there's every possibility that after you must have done joining, you equally need to shape it. Okay. So I'm starting with my shoulder. All right. My shoulder is 8. That is what I have on the calculation. That is what I'm marking. 8. Then I'll go ahead for my armhole depth and my half length. Now, I'm cutting only the upper part on the pattern paper, only the half length, so I get to just place it and trace it out. All right, so this is the half length. All right, and this is the bust point, sorry, the waist. This is the waist and the other part is the bust. Okay, now your armhole depth or your bust can be, shoulder to bust can be 9, it can be 10, it can be 8 at minimum. All right, so whichever one you choose, it is okay. Remember, it is a backless dress. All right, so having marked all that, I'll come here and equally mark the 8 just to connect the shoulder. All right, just to connect the shoulder down. Now I'm trying to start cutting of this dress from the basics. That is why I'm marking the shoulder. I can easily just remove the shoulder and do what I want to do. But for a beginner to be able to grab this easily, I'm going for the basics. So what I marked right now is just the basics of our normal blouse or our normal half length, the way it should be. All right, this is the shoulder, this is the B, which is the bust, and this is the W, which is the waist or the half length. All right, that is what it is there. So the next thing now is for us to start marking our bust measurement without any allowances. You already know all the allowances we add to dresses. No allowance needed because of I don't need allowance because of the fabric I'm working with. Okay, so the fabric equally does a lot of things, right? It determines so many things also. So because of the fabric I'm working with, there will be no allowance to be added. Okay, so for the bust, I've marked my bust measurement without any allowance, which is 9.5. All right, so the next thing is for us to mark on the waist. All right, remember the waist is 30, right? So 30 plus Yeah, 30 divided by 4, 7.5. That is what I just marked. Okay. So on the waist, I marked 7.5. Upper part of it, 9.5. So we just connect it. So after connecting it from bust to shoulder, we move to the shoulder. Okay. We move to the shoulder, to the neck width and the neckline. Sorry, the neck depth, the shoulder slant. All right, now for the course of this dress, let's just go with the basic neckline, which is 3 by 3. The basic adult neckline is 3 by 3. But first, let's just curve the shoulder, the armhole, just the normal way we cover our armhole. We slant the shoulder. All this part I will not be needing, just a guide. Okay, so I've marked 3 for my neck width, then I'll curve. All right, once you curve, this is an alternate that stops right at the neck bone. It starts right at the neck bone. 3 is for neck bone. Neck depth 3 is neck bone. So you come here, you see what I marked right now is 1.5. The more tiny you want it to be, the more you go in. Right? I marked 1.5. I'll use my French curve. Place it this way and connect it. And connect it. Now, if you do not want this, if you want the dress properly covered, this is good to go. But the style I'm making is not properly covered. This is the side of the picture. So if you think it's too small, you can decide to go up more. Equally place your French curve, this way. All right, and connect it. But with what I have, you're seeing I'm showing you the side. You can see how exposing the side is. Have that at the back of your mind. Some will be exposing, some will not be. So have that at the back of your mind. So when you curve, you cut this way. The one I'm making is exposing a little bit. I will still need to cut, reduce the pattern I have with me. I'll still need to reduce it. This is my front. Good. Now, having taken this out, I'll just need to curve a little bit. Because of this side, you can see the side of this dress. I intentionally brought out this side so you get to see it. Watch what I'm doing. I'm curving through here. I'll be cutting out this part. All right, because of the style in question, you know, the bust is projecting a little bit by the side. So to equally give them that same, they specifically said that they don't want it properly covered. So I'm just being careful. I can still cut more. Okay, I can still cut more, but I'm just being careful. So it's better off when she's done testing, I can decide to. If she decides we should take it in a little bit, that can be easily done. So for now, let's start with this. Okay, so it doesn't get, the dress doesn't get too exposing on her. Like I said in the beginning, that I will be needing only the upper part, the front in particular. So this is the fabric. The length of this fabric does not stretch. The width stretches. These are the things you need to consider when you are folding your stretchy fabrics. Let your length be the part that does not stretch. let your width be the part that stretches. Okay, so this part does not stretch, so I've placed it. My half length is 17, so this way I will get to the length. Now I'm cutting it straight from the upper part to the down part. I am not joining at any point. It has to be cut straight. Okay, so this way I'll just place my tape this way and indicate where my hip is, where my half length is. All right, now I already know where the fabric stops is where my hip, my waist is. You mark it. Okay, the chalk I have is blue. I don't know if you can be seeing it, so let's just use black and mark. This is it. This is where the hip is, so I'm marking the hip exactly 11, no addition of any kind, no addition, accurate measurement. So this is it. All right, it extends to the down, but first let's start with the up. While we are cutting, I would be drawing it to get the length I wished for. Okay, so let's cut the upper part first. All right, let me zoom this in so you get to see me cutting. Remember, the folding of your fabric is very important. The way you place it is very important. Okay, so let's cut. Down. Now the same length for the waist. That is the hip. And the next thing is pencil. We need to make it pencil. Now you already know how to make your skirt pencil, or how to make your gown pencil. All right, there is a video on my channel on how to cut a pencil skirt. For those that see, when you're cutting with fabrics, it's not, you cannot see everything. That is why most of the times I always work with pattern paper, so you get to see every details, everything I'm marking. But when you're dealing with fabrics, the chalk, you may not be able to see it perfectly well. All right, so I'll be attaching the video of how to cut your pencil skirts at the end of this video. If you do not know how to do that, please do watch the video. Right, so this is me trying to get the length to make sure it gets to my length. Now the original length is 58, but I will be cutting 60. The length needs folding allowance on the gown length. That is, it needs folding allowance, so I went for 16 total. All right, so this is it. The front part is ready, you can see it. So what I just need is place it and cut the back. Now there's something you should know equally why I increased the length. This particular dress has elastic by the side of the waist, one side of the waist. Elastic by the side, those kind of ruffles you get, when you use elastic, when you stitch elastic, on fabrics, it gives it a kind of a gather. All right, so it has such on the waist, one side of the waist, and I will be doing it on this dress too. Okay, so this is me trying to get it back. Okay, now there's something we should know about the back. The back has slit. The back equally has elastic that's stretched down. They sewed a little bit of elastic that gave the waist part of it a kind of a slant down. All right, just like you can see how it is on the video. So for me to cut the back, my back will not start right at the we took it. Yeah, you can start right at the half length, because the half length I'm working with, or the waist I'm working with, is the high waist. I don't know. There are two types of waist. We have the lower waist, we have the high waist. The lower waist is for skirts, while the high waist is for the gowns and blouses. All right, now this particular gown, my half length started from the high waist. So with the high waist, when I apply that elastic at the back, at the center of the back, it will go down. And secondly, I did zip allowance because of the slit. Okay, because of the slit, all right, at the back. That is why I did zip allowance. But there will be no zip on it. I'll just sew it up. When it gets to where I want to put the zip, I'll open it up. She says she doesn't want those kind of slits that you will have slit the back. There are slits that they don't make provision for. They just cut it on the dress. All right, so when you wear it, especially bodycon, the slit part becomes so obviously wide, open, because there's no provision for it to stay permanently and stand straight. So she specifically said that she doesn't want those kind of slits. So that is why I made provision for her slit. Okay, so I've done the cutting of the back and front. The next thing I need to do is the band, or the straps they use on the neck for the tying and the back. All right, remember this fabric is stretchy. Okay, I'm folding it into two. This part, the width now is stretchy, you can see it, but the length is not stretchy. Okay, so we have to cut for the straps. The straps can be longer, but have it at the back of your mind. It's tieable, and you can see it is a little bit dropped. So what I'm cutting now is for the straps on the neck. If you watch the straps on the neck, the tieable part, is a little bit tiny, compared to the neck part. The center neck is a little bit tiny. So I'll have to put that into consideration. You can see that is why I started cutting, from the mouth part. You can see it. So it's because of the straps, they are not even, they are not the same length, height. That is why I made some parts small. This center part here, you can see is bigger. Okay, so this is for my straps kept aside. This is next thing to cut. Is there is a kind of a belt by the back. Hope you're seeing the back. You can see that belt at the back. That is what I need to cut right now. Okay, so you can see this. I'm equally folding it into two. All right, the side that is stretchy is my width. This part that is not stretchy is my length. Okay, so I'm trying to get the two on more like a belt or straps for the holding it firm. The second straps, you can decide not to make it sharp. You can equally decide to make it sharp. All right, but I will be cutting this off, make it even. Good, this way. Then I'll turn it and cut. I'll equally cut this side. Trim it. They are not properly even, so I need to make them even before cutting. Done. So I'll fold this and cut it open. Now you can see how many times I've folded. Why I'm doing that is to make sure I get it right. Right there. they should be even. Okay, so it is so thick that this particular scissors is finding it hard to cut it. So, but it's just little left. Let's just manage it and cut it out. So guys, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you have any question, please drop it on the comment section. Now, this is one of the easiest dress to make. You can do piping. All right, I will show you where the places you can do piping on. All right, or you can do facing on the front. You see that altar part of it, the altar neck, the front. You can do facing. You can do bias, piping on it to finish it. So let me just show you. I think this is one of the easiest dress. Just sew the side, nothing, no much details. Okay, so this is it. Now I know some of you may want to watch the end, the outcome of this dress. It's not everybody that likes their dress being shown. Okay, so when you sew it here, it comes out this way. All right, I'm just showing you how you can finish it. Now this part you can do facing on it. All right, you can use facing to finish it, the half length, or you use piping. All right, now this is for our band, the way it will be. This part, the straps for the tying or the belt at the back, you sew it this way, it comes out this way. Place this one here, sew it, comes out. Now once you're finished sewing all this thing, get your facing, use your facing and sew and so like I said before, you can either use facing or piping. Piping is a kind of a bias. They use more on stretchy fabrics. They bias it, or you bias it using stretchy fabrics. That is the two ways you can finish this, either facing or biasing, but the best way is facing. Use that half length, the pattern paper I cut. I will equally use it to cut my facing. All right, exactly. Then I'll use it to, finish this. The upper part is where the facing is needed, not just the upper part, the front part. That is the only part that needs facing. Every other part do not need facing. Okay, so this is it.